So, sure. Where do you go to? Where do you go? Where do you go to? I wanna know. How do you do it? That thing you do. Follow you blindly, I'll be your fool. Where do you go to? Where do you go? Where do you go to? I wanna know. How do you do it?
Hi everyone, welcome to All About the Joy. Hey Rick Costa.
What's up?
What's up? Okay, so we're totally going on early because we are showing Cynthia what it feels like when she forces me to make us go live when you're not even here yet. So we're having our time. No, I'm just kidding. How you doing, Rick?
Doing all right. I'm glad
All
the
right.
weekend is be here. So yeah,
Wait, say that again.
I'm glad the weekend is finally going to be here. I needed it.
Child, this has been 1 week. I'll wait till Cynthia gets here so we can talk about the week. But before Cynthia, damn it, here she is. She just ruined it. We're trying to have our conversation without you. We're having our Rick and Carmen time, showing you what it feels like when you force me to go early.
I force you.
You do. You're like Carmen, now and never. Yeah, and then you use the B word. Let's be honest. You like to use the B word a lot.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing, girl? What's up?
Yay. I know you see what's behind me.
What's behind you? I see
Jingle
nothing.
bells,
I'm
jingle
in
bells.
denial. It's not even Thanksgiving yet. Thanksgiving's next week. You're supposed to do it. The official Christmas time is a day after Thanksgiving. Don't you know that?
Black Friday.
Thank you.
Wait,
You
what's Black
hush over
Friday?
there.
What's Black Friday?
The day
Oh, does
after
he agree with
Thanksgiving.
me? Wait, is he
Well, I'm
agree with me?
agreeing with you. I usually have it up November 1st, and the kids were like, what's going on? It's like
The day
you're
after
late.
Halloween?
Yeah.
No, that's wrong. I'm sorry. That's just nasty. That's All Saints Day, and that's just not. That's wrong. That's wrong. Wait, Rick. When do you, if you were to put up your Christmas stuff, when would you? What? Don't mind her. It's just me and you, baby. Just me and you talking.
I mean, definitely after after Thanksgiving is done.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Probably
you.
wait till December, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I just don't ever remember it being up this. Okay, Cynthia, but we love it. It looks beautiful. Is that the Christmas tree behind you? I can't really tell.
I have two of them.
Yeah, a pink one and a lit one.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't I figure out what's happening?
So this one is the skinny one, this green skinny one with lights. And then this one's a pink pop-up one.
Oh, why do you have the pink pop-up one?
Because it goes with my theme of little like Candyland theme.
I love that.
For us.
So we can't hear you on. Tell him to come on. He gonna talk. Tell him to talk.
Come on.
Because we can't hear him.
After the 4th of July.
He said if it was up to me, it'd be after the week after 4th of July.
Wait, so you're really like, you would like Christmas all the time?
I love Christmas.
Okay, wait, that wasn't the question. Clearly, we know you love Christmas, but are you one of those people who's like, oh my God, Hallmark is starting their Christmas movies June 1st. Yay! Are you one of those people? Like,
Yeah.
Because they do.
He's like,
know,
yep.
right? Yeah, that's just wrong. That's just, yeah, no. That's funny.
I even have my little holiday mug.
Oh, I don't even know what it says, but it says Cynthia. What does it say at the top? It's backwards.
This holiday mug belongs to Cynthia.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. I'm not gonna poo-poo your holiday festivities. It's just hilarious.
I hear Mariah Carey music in the background. Just kidding.
What is that
Don't
song?
want a lot for Christmas.
Oh yeah, no, I can't. Yeah. I don't know. Like, not that there's anything wrong with Mariah Carey, but okay, we won't be negative. We're gonna be positive.
All about the joy.
All about the joy. Okay, Rick, how was your week?
Work was surprisingly slow, and I didn't mind it at all because for some reason, I didn't feel sick, like sick symptoms or runny nose or nothing. I just felt totally run down, no energy. I just want to sleep. but I didn't feel sick. So I was like, thank God it's low because I got no energy to do nothing. So
maybe it's because it's going into the holiday. You know what I mean? Maybe. Cynthia, how was your week?
Like crappy.
uh-huh.
Well, I did get sick on Friday. Like I was so run down after the show and everything. And I woke up on Saturday, stuffy nose, sore throat, coughing up all kinds of stuff. And
okay, too much info, but we got you. Okay. I'm sorry
it's just
about
been
that.
crazy busy. That's all.
But well, I mean, you had to put up all your Christmas stuff, so yes, very, very busy. No, but I mean, like, so, but you're feeling better now, or?
Yeah, I'm getting over the cold and stuff. So
I had a really good week. Thank you for asking. I had so I've been working out, Rick, right? I told you whatever that I got back on it or whatever. And I stopped eating sugar in the morning. What I mean by that is I have 2 cups of coffee in the morning before 6 a.m. I don't drink coffee after that. I don't drink soda. I don't really, you know what I mean? Like I drink sparkling water once in a while, but I have to tell you, not having my sugar in the morning, that changes everything. I'm like, oh my God, it's like 9 o'clock. What's wrong with me? What's wrong
Not
with
the caffeine?
me? It's not the caffeine. Clearly it's the sugar, but I got through it. I mean, it was fine. It was a weird reaction, you know?
wait, did you have coffee without sugar?
Yeah, coffee without sugar.
Oh, okay.
And only oat milk. Yeah. So usually I have coffee with 2 sugars, but I have 2 cups. And when I say cups, I mean mugs because I drink so it's probably 4 8-ounces. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I make it at home. I don't, you know what I mean? And you've been, Cynthia, I'm like trying not to wake up people while I get up at my 4:30 to have my coffee ready. You know what I mean?
And they say sugar is as addictive as hardcore drugs.
It is. And then sugars and everything. I'm not getting rid of all sugar, but I was shook as just changing that one thing in the morning was weird to me. You know what I mean? It was a little bit, yeah, whatever. So, but then it was also a really hard week. I don't know if I told you guys, but I went to a funeral this morning. It's been raining. Oh, it's nobody that, I mean, it's one of my clients' family member died unexpectedly, October 31st. And so I went out of respect, you know what I mean? Like out of, but I have to say, when you meet people, when you meet people's other family, when you see the people that it's like I have a whole new other level of respect for this family and the young girls, because it was their mom who passed away. They're in their 20s, you know, like young, 21, 24, maybe, you know, the 2 of them got up there and spoke so eloquently, so beautiful. This is about their mama. I mean, it was beautiful. But it was heavy, you know, like, and I'm like, I didn't even know her or anything, but you know, when you sense like the love, and I'm like, that's family. Like that was family today, you know? And I was like, that's something that I wish I had more of a sense of in my life on a regular basis. I think that's what was also kind of, you know, but so, yeah, but the whole week was kind of just hard. It's been raining here and it's been really cold. Now I hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing from people on other coasts. But when you live here, you acclimate. And so, I mean, it has been so cold. I've had the heat on and then it's just too hot. And then it's not, because I don't have that's the heater. So when the heat comes out, it's like, boom, and you're like sweating. And you turn it down and it's like off and you're like, so I haven't been feeling great. It's just been one of those weird weeks, but I am grateful. I realized today how grateful I am for friends and even some of the people that came out from work. Oh my God. Like one of the people that came out from work, I was like, she just was brilliant. Like, I don't know how to explain it. When you see people in a different environment and how they react and how they're, you know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. It was just, I was like, I'm so proud we hired you. Oh my God, you're on point right now. Yeah, it was really cool. So I know it sounds a little weird, but it's just like the little things I just noticed about people. And you know what? Life is short, man.
Right.
Like,
true.
It really is.
You just
my
don't
boss,
know.
a couple weeks ago lost his grandmother, And then yesterday came in the morning, and then all of a sudden rushed out of the office, had to leave because his brother passed away just unexpectedly. Yeah.
No.
So, yes, I don't know when he'll be back, but
It's a tough. It's a tough one. And this isn't like the first time I've gone to a funeral or whatever. And it's not that I go to all my clients' funerals. This client in particular, I just think they are, like I do. I complain a lot about my client, but we all complain about work. It's not like I think Rick's boss is great. I don't even think the people you work with are great. You know what I mean? Maybe one or two of the doctors who you don't really talk to a lot, but you know what I mean? Like, but because we complain, whatever. But this, I don't know how to explain it. Out of all my clients, these people are at least the most authentic. You know what I mean? Like, I think all my other clients, no disrespect, but it's kind of the same, like, you work for them. Like, they might pull the "you work for me" card once in a while. These people would never do that. They don't. They're not like that. You know what I mean? They're crazy. I told you, they're cray-cray. They're crazy. But they're just really good people. And then when I saw their family and his nieces and all, I was like, oh, that makes sense. I got it. Yeah, it totally was weird. Yeah.
That's so funny. I used to work with the girl who was cray-cray, but she had the biggest heart in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she would, be a little ghetto, be a little crazy and stuff like that, but she definitely had the biggest heart, and like, she was awesome.
It's just kind of cool. I think what I've learned today was a few things, but one of them was like, we see people only in the environment we know them in, but we all have different sides of who we are. I'm not saying that we're fake or whatever, but we have different, that makes us more whole. So when you only see somebody at work all the time, even if you go out to like dinner or lunch with them, that doesn't change it. You're still in work mode. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they didn't know I was coming. It's not like I'm going to be like, hey, just to let you know, I'm going to be there today. You know what I mean? That's not like, I just wanted to go out of respect, So he was totally shocked. He came over and he gave me a kiss. He's like, oh my God, thank you for being here. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to cry. Stop. Well, because I think he was just a little bit shook, So it's just, I think I want to be better about getting to know people in a bigger way, or being open to the possibility that even though I'm having this interaction with you, that there are other sides of you I don't know. Well, I mean, Rick, Cynthia, I know everything about. So, but hey everyone, welcome to All About the Joy. I'm so glad to have everyone here. Cynthia, no laughing, but I'm glad that you're here today. Mario is in the house, and maybe we'll see Alma a little bit later. Thank you. And Rick Costa, as always, so glad you're here. We have my friend Nilu here. Hi. And I'm going to try again to say your name. It's Rustomji, right? Nilu Rustomji.
Yep. That's it.
And as I said a little bit earlier to you, I can't believe I didn't know your last name up until this moment, but you actually do all my Botox. And I'm sorry, I'm repeating that again. We're not supposed to call it Botox. I always mess up. Anti-wrinkle. What is it?
Like wrinkle relaxer treatment. Yeah. It's like a broad term for all the different types of wrinkle relaxers that are on the market. So instead of saying Botox, which is like saying Coca-Cola instead of like Pepsi, for people who don't know, because most of our audience, I don't think is really big on, I'm sure Rick's audience, huge on Botox and stuff. But you do a lot of skincare. And the reason why you and I connect so well, and it's, one of the reasons why I want to tell people how I have guests on the show, how I meet them, is I actually went to a place where you used to work. And I had a person that I would work with, and she would do my stuff. But then she went on vacation. I met you, and that was the end. It was just after that. Yeah. But why don't you tell us a little bit how you got into doing skincare? Yeah. So of course, I didn't think I would be in this role at all growing up. My parents are like immigrant Indian people, and they have no idea what Botox or any of this is. But I studied psychology in undergrad and went on to PA school where I was doing different rotations and landed a rotation in dermatology and kind of, fell in love with it. I really liked the procedural hands-on aspect and being able to relate with patients, spend more one-on-one time with them in like a more intimate setting. So I actually ended up doing medical, surgical, and cosmetic dermatology for a few years in Santa Barbara before coming back to LA and focusing just on cosmetic injectables and skincare.
What's the so there's a huge psychological aspect to how you do skincare as opposed to the idea that, because I've always, and we can talk about this later, I think other people have questions, but whenever I tell people I've had Botox done, like whenever they say, oh my God, your skin looks so good, I'm like, yeah, it's Botox or whatever. Because when you notice Botox or when you notice it, that's when it's badly done. But most people who get it done, no one would ever know I'd had it done. No one.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. You always think about the people that you see out on the street or in Hollywood and like, oh my gosh, they look terrifying. They do Botox or they do too much. But yeah, exactly. You don't think about all the people that are walking around that you wouldn't otherwise think twice about that do have work done. But it kind of goes to show that it can be done very naturally, very elegantly. My whole approach is, I don't like cookie cutter approaches. I think that we're all unique and beautiful in our own ways, and we all come from different backgrounds. And so I just really try to highlight that and like each patient's unique anatomy and what are their goals? Like, what are their concerns? Like someone that's an actor doesn't need to have no movement at all versus somebody that might want to have, that has like really deep lines or wrinkles, so you have to always cater to the patient, ask about their lifestyle, ask what they're doing at home.
Mario, would you ever get it done?
My wife wouldn't let me. And also I have questions because
Go ahead.
for me, like for most listeners and viewers, they know that I have kidney transplant, so I'm immunocompromised. So there's certain things that I cannot do. Like I always wanted to get a tattoo, but I can't do it. So my wife has, always wondered what that looks like for someone like me. Could I ever do something like that? Even though, because I've had a major weight loss. I've lost like 130 pounds so far. So now I have a lot of wrinkles and there's a lot of loose skin in my face. So that's something I always have a question about if I can do that or not.
Of course. No, that's very valid. And that actually is a good thing to bring up because a lot of people might think that, oh, it's Botox, whatever, it's nothing, but it is still a medical procedure. And to your point, it's really important for us to screen patients for these things. But I always defer to your rheumatologist, your PCP, your regular physician to get clearance. But in your case, I'm not providing medical advice, but if they clear you, which they probably would because it's a very it's pretty non-invasive. And we do treat a lot of immunocompromised patients. In fact, patients that are undergoing chemotherapy or have cancer, like sometimes they come in just to feel good, and they are oncologists. Tell like go get whatever you need done to feel better, to feel happier. So yeah, we do treat patients with that have immunosuppression or immunocompromised, but we always will just recommend getting clearance from a physician.
That's a question a lot of people wouldn't know.
Yeah, no, that's a fabulous question. Yeah. And a lot of these.
I did my homework today.
You did.
You earned your salary, Mario.
A+.
Thank you.
I've also heard of people using it to get rid of migraines.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. So thank you. Yeah. So I was going to say a lot of these medicines that are, now aesthetic treatments were first indicated for medical use. So migraines, nerve disorders like movement disorders, urinary incontinence, excessive sweating. So yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I was today years old. How about that?
Now you did extra homework.
More homework.
Let me just write this down. Rick, do you have any questions? You're falling behind on the homework part of it.
I was just wondering, like, the difference between all the technology we have now compared to like 25 years ago. Is it like really, really different or pretty much the same?
That's a good question. I mean, a little bit of both. Botox, I think, first got its aesthetic indication, at least in like 1989. But these, again, medications have been studied for like decades now at this point. I would say newer formulations of, let's say, like Botox or certain fillers are still being developed. I would say more importantly, we're learning as practitioners or healthcare providers how to do it more properly. We're learning a lot more about facial anatomy, about, which plane to inject in without going into too much detail. So it's really actually about, I think, like finessing our expertise, which makes it so we're constantly learning, which is so cool. And so, yes, there's always new products like coming out or in the pipeline, but a lot of these have been very well studied for a long time and are pretty safe for use.
I think one of the things I found interesting that you do that I didn't have done before. So I used to go to a man who's a surgeon, but he does plastic surgery, whatever. And I went, why is Mario laughing?
Because we're talking about derm and I keep looking at my wrinkles on my forehead.
Baby, you're beautiful. No.
I don't see any.
I used to go to a very prominent place because the way I ended up learning about Botox was I had this friend who I met getting my nails done. This woman, she was next to me getting her nails done. I was having a conversation. She interjected and we started talking afterwards, and then we went out to dinner. We became friends. And a year into our friendship, we were having dinner, and I was like, oh, I really, really have to get something done. Like you kid around with your friend. You're like, oh, I got to get something done here. And she was like, oh, no, what you need is like some Botox here and here. And I was like, I was like laughing because I was like, yeah, girl, whatever, because I knew nothing about it. And she's like, no, for real, if you ever want to go with me, I've had everything done. And I'm like, what? She had her nose done when she was 18. She'd had her boobs done. She'd had a facelift. And I'm telling you, here's how naive I was. I honestly can tell you before that day, if someone had told me that they had had all this stuff done, I'd be like, I can't be friends with her. Because I had a judgment about it.
Yeah.
And here I was hanging out with this woman for over a year, having dinner once a month. Like we'd always get together. You know what I mean? We went to a yoga class. I wanted to shoot myself because I hate yoga, but she tried to get me into yoga class and whatever. But she was a good friend. And when I realized all the work she had done and how beautiful, I would have never guessed. It never dawned on me. So I went with her. I went to I know you would know, I think we've already talked about this, but I know you would know who it is, a surgeon or whatever. Mm-hmm. And when I went in there, I left there. I went in thinking, okay, well, yeah, maybe I left that visit being like so broken. Like I was ugly. I needed everything done. Like you need filler here. You need this there. You need all this stuff. And
he obviously didn't take any psychology classes.
All right, exactly. I don't want to generalize a lot of male surgeons.
Yeah, I mean, and look, here's the thing. He's very prominent. He's worked on a lot of Hollywood celebrities. And I know, Neela, you know who it is. But it's just, I think he just knows, like he was just cutting to the chase. Yeah. Like, here's all the stuff you could get done. It'll cost like $28,000 and whatever. You know what I mean? Like, well, he didn't say that. He sent me to the next room, which was
for somebody else to say that.
Right, the whole budgeting person who can set you up with a credit card and the payment plan. And I remember being like, yeah, no. I mean, I have never had bad self-esteem. But the difference with you and where I met you is it all women there? It was all women at one point. It's all women. And that was the first thing I noticed. And it's just a whole different nurturing thing. And then you were just, I think you said to me, wow, you have such great skin. And I was like, yeah. You gotta have a girl. Go here, do your thing. But I think it's that nurturing aspect. There is a difference between, and this is not to be judgmental of men in this field, but there is a difference between women helping other women through this, because I think, I'm not saying all women, but you're more about how you go about it. Like you use different things on different parts of my face.
Yes.
For the injectables, where that never happened before. It was just all Botox.
What? Yeah.
So you and you
That's
explained it to me. You were like, for this area, we're going to use this, and for here. So I get Botox just so people because I don't think anyone in this room Rick, you get a lot of it done. I can tell. You're almost sitting there frozen. So.
We listen and we don't judge.
So everyone knows, I don't mind sharing. So I have a line that goes here, right? It's a pretty deep one that goes through here that bothers me. And you can't see it now because.
So she thinks.
Yeah.
No. Nilu does it. Nilu does it for me. Magic wand. She erases it. But there is a line here that I have that you can't see now.
So you're saying you look like a Vulcan without Nilu.
That's right. I look horrible without her. But it's called the 11s, right?
Yes, yeah.
But why do I only have one line? It's weird.
It's not weird.
This is what it is. I have one line.
It's your little muscle, you know. So sometimes actually, and that's, again, we're all very unique. Somebody's muscle here can be distributing in various different ways. So the line there might look different than your neighbor's line, you know?
So we put a lot here, and then I get this area here done, whatever that's called. What's the outside eyes?
The crow's feet.
The crow's feet. I don't like that term. I think we need to change that to something. Right? It sounds nasty. Crow's feet. We need to call it something else, like, I don't know, whatever. Like kitten whispers or something, or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying we can be more positive about it. But anyway, and I get those done, and I get the forehead done. But you do it lightly, so I can still move my eyebrows. So I don't have that thing where you can't move your eyebrows.
Or you're too heavy. We don't want that.
What's too heavy? Oh, when it's like
you feel like that. Yeah, your brows are way down. Your lids are lower.
Yeah.
You want you nice and lifted and awake.
Yes. See. So, but what else do you enjoy about doing the work that you do?
What don't I love? No, I think you actually kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier. Mostly women, mostly female patients. We do definitely have a good number of male patients coming in, but I just love and I'm so inspired by my female patients that are hustlers. They're moms. They have 10 different roles, and they, for me, it's my opportunity as a healthcare provider to take care of them, and for them to like get in that chair, just let go of everything, relax, and like take care of themselves. And I feel like, as women, we're oftentimes in a nurturing role or whatever. But now, like at least our generations, we're full-time employees a lot of the times as well. And so being able to navigate all those things, being a mom, being, working full-time, whatever it is, we might not often give ourselves grace or time to like take care of ourselves. And so being able to provide that for patients is really rewarding. And I learned a lot. I learned so much from my patients. I learned a lot from you, Carmen.
We had a great conversation last time. That was just too funny. Hey everyone, welcome to All About the Joy. This is Culture and Consequence with Carmen and Andrea. Hey, what's up, Andrea? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Because normally in our conversations, I would say anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's start that over. No. I had a doctor's appointment this morning, and I love this doctor. I really do. But they're all pushing those weight loss things.
Oh, the
GLP-1s or whatever, and
they're pushing it.
I don't know if she's pushing it, but I was like, you know what? I'm so stressed out because I really want to get back to that place of running or whatever, because you have that little kind of conversation, but you can't talk to them about anything other than what the visit is for, because then you have to, it's such orange. Like, I want to go back to the day where you can go to the doctors. Like, I remember Dr. Unger, who is my favorite doctor. He's since retired, but I would go get my GYN from him. I would, and it would be one visit. And you'd go in early, you'd get your blood work from somebody else in the office. He would have you sit in his actual office, not in the room, but in his office. And he would be like, so what's going on? Okay, let's go do the exam. Like, and that feels like it was so long ago.
It's so different from, I don't think I've ever had that exactly, but I have had doctors that spend a little more time with you. But yeah, if there's, a lot of times what I do throughout the year I've started doing is like, I keep a list of all of my, my shoulder's doing this, and I'm waking up at this time every night, I have all of my things, right? Like my ear hurts sometimes, And so I go in with my list and they're like, oh, well, you'd have to see somebody else for that. And we'd have to schedule another appointment for this. It's like,
yeah. Yeah, because they won't talk to you about, like, all I said to her was I was having issues sleeping. And I mean, not that I meant for this to be the conversation, but it's going to be the conversation. I don't care. And you had mentioned something that you've been doing. And so I was like, oh, maybe I can try that. And that's like, you know what, let's set up a different appointment for that. And I'm like, so yeah. So I had mentioned, I'm like, I can't sleep. And when I can't sleep very well, and it's really changed a lot. I've always been a light sleeper, but this is a little bit beyond. And so when I don't sleep well, I don't eat well because then I don't work out well. You know what I mean? And I'm in that weird cycle, and then I'm so tired by the end of let's say the week of not sleeping, that then I sleep really well. I wake up the next morning, I'm like, yes. And then it just deteriorates. So she was just like, well, there's a lot of weight loss drugs now available. And I'm like, I'm not going to take weight loss. Like, that's not the first answer I want to hear.
Well, and how's that? Like, how is it related? I don't know.
Well, because I am, she's trying to say because we can't have the conversation.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm 25. I've already admitted this one. Okay. I'm like 25, 30 pounds overweight. And so I need to lose that weight. And that's fair. I mean, I feel like I've been in that struggle with the thyroid medication, and I've just been, and I'm still not settled. And after the surgery, I swear to God, everyone keeps telling me that surgery did not mess up my thyroid, but I didn't have a problem with my thyroid before then.
Yeah, they don't know that. Nobody knows that.
But none of them, they're like, no, those are two separate things. I'm like, nobody invaded my body before. Like, Dr. Gerhard was all up in there
now, right? Like,
I'm sorry?
You have metal in your body now. Like, something's different.
I don't know. I mean, again, I'm not trying, but I'm just saying all of this went, like, my hip is great, but everything else feels like whatever. Anyway, so I said to her, I don't want to take any medication because I have a sleep problem. Like, I'm not trying to be mean. Like, right. And I honestly, and again, I'm not against it. I don't know if you saw the show. Cynthia talked about it because she's been on it, and I'm all for people doing it, but I don't think that should be my first. I don't think being 25 pounds overweight is the reason why I'm not sleeping. I think it's something else. And anyways, I just was kind of like, I left there kind of sad. Like, I'm so tired of our health insurance in this country. I'm tired of the way in which we are patients, and she's a great doctor. My doctor is an amazing doctor. And even I was just like disappointed.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're bound by the system that they're in, right? Like, they have, like, the billing is like, we have to put this code in for your visit. You know what I mean? Like, that's why you have to have another visit for something else, or else they literally can't get paid. I mean, it's such a fucking mess.
It's our health insurance situation is problematic, which leads us into our first topic of conversation, which is that, the Democrats caved, right? So we're not going to probably have Obamacare after this year. I mean, what do you think? How do you feel about what happened with the shutdown?
Well, how do I feel about it? I'm going to try to be really measured.
You don't have to be.
I think number one, I will say not a lot of good options were there. Right. However, if this is where we were going to end up, what was the fucking point?
Exactly. I don't even need to be here. You could just have the show on your own. That's what I was going to say. What was the point?
Yeah. And it's like, I know what the point was. I understand that they had a strategy in terms of the timing of it all. Right. Mm-hmm. Their strategy fucking blows, and Chuck Schumer is a weak dipshit.
He needs to go.
Should have been gone years ago, but
I agree.
But it's just, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. we just did a show last week where it was like, this was a good week. Okay. You know what I mean? And it's like, you just knew. I knew, you knew, like, we're going to come back next week and some fucked up shit is going to have happened. Yep. At least 4 fucked up things are going to have happened. And it's going to just be completely deflating. And, you know, like I said, we may have ended up here anyway. I don't really think that Republicans would have been like, okay, you got us, you know, but I don't know. It just seems like if this is where you were going to go, then why did, you know, people end up without 2 whole paychecks? Why did, you know, SNAP benefits go away, which I don't think even have been restored yet? No. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you put people through all of this pain for absolutely nothing, and to look so fucking weak that people want your head on a platter now. Right. Good job.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, this idea that somehow they're playing chess. I'm like, can I just say politicians don't know how to play chess? I'm just going to tell you right now, they don't. I don't care who it is. There's no chess game being played here. You know, I feel the same way. I feel really deflated. I'm really sad because I think it's not just my insurance policy, whatever. I don't care. I'm just kind of like, in general, I don't want to say this word because it sounds so old fashioned even to me, but I don't know what other word encompasses it, but like shenanigans between both parties. Like the fact that the Republicans want to shut down Obamacare and have nothing to motherfucking replace it, and have never had even concepts of a plan for Obamacare or anything to help people have insurance in this country, is just like the hatred of Barack Obama is so deep. Someone wrote on Facebook, was like, you know what? Just change it to Trump care. Obama's not going to give a fuck. Just change it to Trump care and he'll be happy and we can all keep it and we can move on. And I was like, you know what? It's true.
Well, it's not just the hatred of Obama, it's the hatred of poor people. They want you to die. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not even like they don't care. They actually actively want you to die. And I believe that wholeheartedly.
Okay, I don't believe that wholeheartedly, but I can see where you're going with it. But I think that makes me sad on the Republican side. Like, what? I don't understand why you guys are being so evil to accept what you just said. And then the other part of it is the Democrats, you know, I don't know where along the line they thought that it was going to be easy. Do you know what I mean? Like, so why get into the fight to begin with? And you know what's worse? As people went out and voted in droves last week and said, we want the fight. We believe in you. We're going to do this. We're in it to win it. And they caved. So
that's why they waited. They waited until after the election.
Yay.
Team. And then, you know, flights started getting canceled.
Right.
And
that's the big one.
With money started to be affected by it. And here we are. And I'm not a full-fledged conspiracy theorist. I'm really not.
She is.
I'm not. Yeah. But it does.
More than I am. I am definitely not a conspiracy.
I mean, it's just like you hear all of this stuff like both parties are the same. And I don't believe that. I really don't. But you do have to wonder at the upper echelons. It's like, what are you doing? Who are you serving? Because it's not us.
It's not us.
And if this is the decision making, if this is the strategy, even the way, you know, I mean, it's been talked about a lot, like who actually ended up voting yes. And
right. You know, people who are not going to be reelected in the next term. Right. They're already right. Or I couldn't believe Tim Kaine. I'm like, you're Hillary Clinton's running mate. What are you doing? I couldn't believe that.
I mean, yeah, he's, I would not to excuse at all because I don't, but like Virginia is chock full of federal workers. So he had like a, you know, an out, I guess, right. To say like all, you know, most of my state works for the federal government and has just missed 2 paychecks. So he was.
I know, but again, they all have excuses. I mean, that's kind of what we're saying. Why get into the fight then? Why bother?
That's what I'm saying. Is like they chose people to say yes, to vote yes for specific reasons, right? The people who were retiring, the people who weren't up for election, people who had an easy way to say, well, this is why, you know.
Well, but on the bright side of things, Because here's the thing about happiness. Once you know what happiness is, you don't invest in it too much. Like, okay, I got a bonus. Great. Woohoo. I'm so excited. That's wonderful. And I move on. Right? Because happiness is fleeting. You start to realize. And then what you learn, sadness is also fleeting. You understand, like, oh my God, I'm so heartbroken right now. I'm sad, whatever. This was a terrible thing that happened. But it doesn't eat at you. It doesn't take the rest of your being to understand it. You're like, this also. You've heard the term, this too shall pass. That's what that's about. But it also happens with happiness. But joy is a skill. Joy is a thing you can access. You can learn to get so good at it that no matter what is happening in your life, you can take a real breath. You can turn around and find the light in it. You can find the possibility in it. You can find the joy in all of the darkness that you're going through to pull yourself out and to move forward anyway. And that's kind of what I wish I could help so many people with. It's what I wish most people would understand. I think that's been my superpower my entire life. It's not, I don't have a lot of money. I don't have a ridiculous amount of friends. I don't have what everyone, there's so many people make assumptions about who I am, but what you're actually seeing is a person who lives by joy. So that's the gift I would want to give everyone. If I could wrap it up in a package and hand it out, I would. I think it's probably one of the greatest things that I have ever learned or that I ever understood about life. It's one of the things I'm solid about. And I just wish everyone else would figure out how to access joy more often. I really do. Thanks for stopping by All About the Joy. Be better and stay beautiful, folks. Have a sweet day.